check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, man, we back. It's Goodfellow Sports TV. We in the building. One time for the one time. We grinding. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video. It's the best way to help the channel out, man. And yeah, man, I seen a lot of people, social media, talk about Tank and Tevin about to happen. Don't sound like it. All right, let me break it down. I just got done listening to James Brown, super bad. I'm more of an old soulful guy. Robert! James Brown was bad. He was the first unofficial rapper out here in these streets, man. But yeah, basically, you know, Eddie Hearn made an offer of $5 million for Tank to come over to the zone. It's gonna have to take a tremendous offer for Al Haymon fighter to go to the zone, or it's got to be tremendous upside for that to happen. Like Derevchenko going to fight Golovkin, it's upside. It's a belt. It's like a belt, and it can shift the power to Al Haymon's hands if he can bring that belt back versus Jamal Charlo, and it makes the most financial sense for Derevchenko. Okay, Jamal Charlo, Canelo, financially and just the power and clout that were beating Derevchenko, beating Canelo for Jamal. And even Derevchenko beat Golovkin to fight Canelo. It's just so much financial upside that they can't get nowhere within the PBC universe. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes so much more sense for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? It'd be funny. The girl security guard wave when I come. She don't wave at me when I come in with my girlfriend. She wave at me when I come out. Shit funny, right? We both not trying to get beat up. But yeah, so for people wondering, it's gonna take a tremendous offer. And $5 million for Tank, that's probably 5 times more than Tank made. But then, you know, I don't understand why they wouldn't want to send Tank over there. I know they want to make a pay-per-view and I get to that point. But financially, it makes sense for the fighter to do that, but they don't want Tevin Farmer helping boost that Gervonta boosting that platform. There's no doubt in my mind that that's a quick cleanup. That's a quick in and out job. Take the trash out to the trash can, you know, take the trash can to the curb. That's it. Like, he beat the shit out of Tevin Farmer, bro. Like, that ain't even no contest, dog. Unless Gervonta Tank Davis, he can't fight soft. Even if he wasn't eligible to fight southpaw, had to fight right hand. They both southpaws, I believe, him and Tevin. It just don't make it. Like, dude, it's an in and out job. He could fight Tevin Farmer, let's say October, and it'd be so easy he can come back in December if he wanted to. If it was an old school day. Like Tevin Farmer, I respect anybody getting that ring. I respect anybody doing what they got to do except for robbing to put food on their family. You feel me? I respect you. Unless you robbing dealers and shit, then I feel that it's a dirty game. But robbing an honest working man, I don't respect that, right? I respect it, but really, man, that nigga resume suspect. Unless Ivan Reddick beat Adrian Broner, then it boosts, but he got beat by Pedraza. They said he wasn't taking the sport serious. How can you not take the sport serious when you could lose your life? I just never understand that. That's an indictment on him personally, you know? But, I mean, he got knocked out by Pedraza. Tank knocked him out. And people don't like to use triangle theory. It's convenient sometimes, and a lot of times it's inconvenient. People say he got better, but who he beat? Billy did? Come on. James Tennyson? Come on. Juno Carroll? Come on. And whoever, the Grimo, some guy, he just fuck. Come on. Come on, it's a joke. It's a joke. Anybody that know boxing, they don't have no bias or don't have nothing against Tank, they know Tank can just steamroll Tevin Farmer. It's a fucking joke. It's the biggest joke I've ever seen in my life. And Mike Copperton, I'm gonna link a series of tweets in the description so y'all will see the sources. And I'll get to the main meat of the video in a minute. He says, "Oh, Tevin and Tank will prove who number one at 30." In my opinion, it won't. The most accomplished fighter at 130 with a title is Miguel Burchett. You know, and I believe if they want to be number one in the division, they got to beat Miguel Burchett, or at least beat Jamil Herring and put 3 belts together, and then you can make a case. You know what I'm saying? But beating Tevin Farmer don't make you if Tevin Farmer the second best guy in your division, that division got to be one of the worst divisions in boxing. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. I just don't have no respect for Cuz. These niggas stopping on the freeway. I don't have no respect for Cuz, man, as far as a world championship level fighter, man. Now, if he go out there and beat Tank Davis, I'll be the first one throwing rose petals at his feet like he's coming to America. I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one. He beat Tevin Farmer, he got it. He got it. I mean, he beat Tank, he got it. But for me, just it being a big fight is a good experience for Tank. But for me, he don't get no kudos for beating Tevin Farmer for real. I just don't, bro. He don't get no kudos, man. I mean, there's a notch under his belt, but come on. Just don't hold him that high, and people get mad. I'm just being real. Who the fuck did he beat? And I say that about a lot of fighters, but it's facts. But apparently, I guess Eddie Hearn has the same, and people were saying that this is his last fight. That was his last fight under his own contract. Apparently, the contract, what I heard, is worded where Eddie Hearn has to set the last say-so. He has the last say-so. It's a nice little charger. Oh boy, got old school boy. He has the last say-so, Eddie Hearn, and what Tevin Farmer next fight is. And according to Mike Copperton, like I said, I'm gonna link several sources in the description so you can see all his tweets. It sounded like apparently that they didn't accept Leonard Ellaby offer for Tevin and Tank. So Leonard Ellaby from Mayweather Promotions sent the offer to Tevin Farmer. I'm guessing it was the pay-per-view event offer. Not sure. Barclays. I know Tank wanted to take it to Las Vegas or somewhere out west because of the street. He says it's gonna be street violence between. There's so much animosity and beef built up with Tevin and Tank. It's gonna be street violence. If they do fight, and it's a lot of beef. So he don't want to have it on the East Coast. He want to do it west. So it could be in Vegas. It could have been out in California, somewhere, Texas. I'm not sure. I would like to see them have doubled that up with J-Rock and Tevin Farmer. J-Rock and Jerry Hurd. But apparently they balked at they're not going to accept the offer. They're going to go ahead and make JoJo Diaz and Tevin Farmer. Now I just guessed that it said Eddie Hearn has the last say so because he co-promotes Tevin Farmer, Lou DiBella, and where the fight gonna go. But Lou DiBella said a couple months ago that Tevin was a free agent, so it must be some language in the contract where Eddie Hearn has the last say-so when Tevin Farmer fight. And that last fight under the options on himself. So they know that they probably don't want to reinvest $500,000 or $1 million in Tevin Farmer unless he get past JoJo Diaz, and I get to that. So they gonna try to keep that belt in the family. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to, like I said about Derevchenko, and that's why I talked about Derevchenko, Triple G, and all that. The zone values keeping world championships on their side of the street because that's pretty much all they got to hang on to. So they going to proceed to make JoJo Diaz and Tevin Farmer because I guess they want Gervonta to come over to the zone. Mayweather Promotions don't want Gervonta to help the zone out with shit. And Eddie Hearn disrespected a lot of people over there. So if it don't make a tremendous amount of sense for Tank, to go over to the zone, which $5 million seems to make sense, but really it is what it is. If it don't mean like Canelo or Triple G like that, they're not gonna do it. So it look like JoJo Diaz is going to be fighting Tevin Farmer. They supposed to get together and start discussing the fight in the next couple weeks. Eddie Hearn, Matchroom USA, and Golden Boy. So it's going to be JoJo Diaz and Tevin Farmer. As soon as Tevin Farmer get beat by JoJo Diaz, which I think JoJo Diaz is going to wipe the floor with him. Maybe not as quick as Tank will, but I think JoJo Diaz win. If Tevin beats JoJo Diaz, 100% respect for me. He earned that real championship level of respect, right? But if he beat him, then they're going to extend the contract to him. If he lose to him, then he going to be a promotional free agent. So, they're going to try to keep that belt on that side of the street. So, it is what it is. Easier fight to make. Both DAZN network fighters, JoJo and Tevin. So Tank and Tevin don't sound like it's going to happen unless something different in negotiations go down. So, it is what it is. A lot of people probably I just want to see Tank beat Tevin to shut people up. People think it's competitive, and it's really not. For JoJo Diaz, that fight would be a little bit more competitive for JoJo Diaz, man, in my opinion. It'd be a little bit more competitive for JoJo. But I expect JoJo Diaz to beat old boy ass just as Tank would. I think Tank can do it faster. It wouldn't even be a contest. But hey, it's just my personal opinion on it. I'll link those sources in the description. Appreciate the love and support, man. Keep sharing the videos. Blessings. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. And I'm going to keep putting them down. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, thehealthblaze.com. Promo code GoodFellow1Box, get 18% off the 100% all natural products. Lotions, soaps, foot soaps, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much more. Website, promo code description. One time for the one time, we gone.